ギャンビット。はいどうも、ゼロから始める点の生活で、今回はクエストブラストギャンビットをやるわね。
どんなクエストなんですか？
ナイダスの本体設計図が手に入るクエストということしか覚えていないわ。というかむしろ、このクエストの報酬を見てナイダスがクエストさんのフレームだったことを思い出したくらいだわ。初心者時代にやったのは間違いないとは思うのだけれど、本当にクエストの内容をちっとも覚えていないから、実質初見でやっていくわ。
MR は飾りなんですかね？
こっちのデータは14だからセーフよ。で、ブラストランビットを開始するには、リレーのペリンシークエンスのところに向かえばいいみたいね。ペリン、ホロキー、レールジャック、頭が、ホロキーのドロップ1個は確定にして D。
So we'll forgo the usual formalities. We have a dire problem, you see, concerning the Mycona people. Have you heard of them? I see. Well, they are quite resourceful. Unusual, really. The Mycona earn a living by harvesting the biological products of the infested. A dangerous trade, and we Perrin have always given them fair value for their goods. But I've received disturbing news. That cleric of greed, Nef Anyo, has raided their colony, making off with more than just the resources they depend on. It seems he took, well, here, look at this.
The dark-eyed man smashed our colony gates and kidnapped us. Locked us in here. But I don't care. It's Mom and Dad I'm worried about. Without the gates, the mumblers will be coming. They'll get sick, they'll start to mumble too. That can't happen. Papa says I'm blessed, so maybe I should pray? I'll pray for the Tenno to come. I'll pray for the Tenno to save my family.
報酬次第よ。
She was taken along with several more Myconian children. Those who remain are under siege from the infestation. Before we can rescue Niwa and the other captives, we must first restore the Myconians' defenses. Our financial strength is useless against the mindless horde. We need Tenno muscle. Will you help Niwa's people?
まあ、クエストだしやるわよ。
Such generosity. I knew the Myconians could rely on you, Tenno.
ということで、マイコーナという感染体から素材採取をしている民がいて、そこの子供がネフにさらわれたから助けるって感じの導入ね。感染体が関連してくる物語だから報酬がないダスなのね。で、船に戻ったらメールが届いたわ。あ、このイラストってこのクエストのやつだったのね。
Tenno, I trust Echo Glast, but a colony that survives amid the infestation? It seems impossible.
まあ、疑問に思うのは当然よね。この世界の感染体は無機物にも当然のように感染して、船が丸々感染体に乗っ取られても不思議じゃないからね。そんな場所で天の以外が生活をしているなんて信じられないわね。
In his gluttony, Mr. Anyo took more than Mycona's most promising youth. He left the colony defenseless. 3 gateways lead into the colony. They all need to be shut.
この先にコロニーがあるということですか？
話の通りならそうなるわね。はい、そんなこんなで奥にまで進んできたわ。
あ、人がいますね。
防衛線を築いているし、本当に生活しているのかな？ブラトンとは無難に良い武器を使っているわね。エルゴあたりが武器を流しているのかしら？で、マーカーが指し示している通路は随分と懐かしい場所ね。急行パスシップの頃は、ここからエレベーターを無視して落下できた裏道じゃない。まあ、今回は上に繋がっているみたいね。急行パスシップは窓ガラス以外は割と好きだったから復刻してくれないかしら？ミラー防衛。あれまだ人いるのかしら？シトリンの入手先だからそこそこマッチングしそうだけれど、ああいった場所はアップで直後じゃなくなると一気にかそるイメージだわ。で、このマップが感染していない状態って初めて見た気がするわ。
一応クエストなんですが、
初心者時代は訳もわからずに進めているから覚えていないのは仕方がないね。すぐ近くに感染体がいる状態なのに、この状態を維持できているということは、感染体への対策ができている証でもあるわね。さて、一通り見て回ったし、マーカーのところに向かうわ。
See those infested tumors? Growing with malignancy, as greed did among the corpus when I was there. The Myconians can't close the gates until these growths are destroyed.
破壊は天皇の得意分野よ。はい、主要をすべて破壊したわ。
The colonists are going to force the security gate closed. Don't let the infested get to them. Don't let greed win.
で、今度は扉が閉まるまで防衛すればいいのね。普通に防衛するだけだからカットよ。イグニスにランカって装備に統一性がないわね。
One door has been closed. Two remain. Carry on. When that gluttonous freak, Mr. Anyo, attacked this colony, he went straight for the Triuna. He left these people defenseless. And for what? Profit? Typical Corpus mindset. Here's the second security gate. Destroy the infestation so the colonists can force it closed. Ah, that's it. Now make sure the Myconians can finish the job and close the gate. Progress. Only one more to go. These people are survivors. Over generations they've adapted, learning to live among the infestation. To earn a living is all should have the right to do, never asking for charity. Like the Baron sequence. They were Corpus once, but they too sought a future free from the corruption of boundless greed. If only Mr. Anyo shared this vision.
あいつは無理でしょ。
You know what to do. Take out the growths. Here come the colonists. Make sure they can finish their job. The colony is sealed, but it's still crawling with infested. Clear them out so the Myconians can have their home back.
最後は残党狩りのようね。
Did it. The Myconians are safe, but only for the moment. Get back to your ship, and I'll explain.
いやー、これで終わるなんて簡単なクエストね。救助対象。きっと自力で脱出するから大丈夫よ。ということで帰還ね。
You fought with the generous spirit, Tenno, but now we must work to free the Myconians and return the Triuna. The sequence offered to pay Anyo an exorbitant ransom, but he laughed it off. He doesn't need the money. So, we have no choice but to exploit Anyo's weakness. His love of gambling. Our only chance of freeing these people is to challenge Anyo and his brokers in the Index.
Slow down, Glast. My town already offered immense help, and now you want them to enter the Index? This is dangerous work.
Fair, but the Myconians aren't asking for charity. Their ancestral understanding of the infestation comes from an old war relic. A relic that I know will be of extreme interest to you. Return the Triuna and the relic will be yours. A fair compensation for the risk.
まあ、今さらインデックス程度で苦戦はしないわよ。
To beat Mr. Anyo at his own game, we must first show him that we are worthy competitors. Only then will he let us enter the upper echelons of this foul index.
ああそれで、ここの掛け金は天皇のお財布から出されて、失敗すると普通に没収されるみたいね。まあ、失敗しなければ関係ないわね。フラグかな？普通にやれば失敗とかまずないからフラグは回収しないわよ。
By the void, ergo glass. I thought you hated my index.
Yes, well, since you've refused our generous offer for their return, we've come to play the odds and win back the souls you stole. But tell me, are you feeling lucky?
Luck. You never were much of a gambler. Haven't you risked enough already?
If you're referring to all the titles and assets you failed to steal after my resignation, I've never been richer. I've gained a soul and seen the truth of wealth. Anyo, the rising tides of prosperity ought to raise all who brave the ocean.
Careful, glass. You might drown.
We want our prisoners back. Wager them before this gets expensive for you.
Fine, I'll throw in one of the prisoners. She's not the one I was looking for anyway. But the girl, she stays with me.
それよりも、3回も連続でインデックスをやらされるなんて聞いていないんですが、1ラウンド3分とはいえ、3回もやらされれば長いわ。
Interesting performance, Glass. But do your brokers have the credits to keep going?
足りなくなったらレールジャックで稼いでくるわよ。
Glast, why is Neps interested in Niwa? What are you not telling us?
I can only assume Anyo is trying to bait us back to the Index. Thankfully, his gambling is a compulsion. We must win her back for the Myconians.
I see.
さらわれた子供はよほど重要みたいね。
I'm willing to bet one or two of these useless children if it means a chance to bankrupt your bleeding heart parent sequence. All those executives will surely come crawling back to me. Fodder for the Index.
で、またインデックスで、また3ラウンド勝利とか書かれているんですが、
Oh, by the void, you got me right in the pocketbook, Tenno. Keep doing that and I'm going to have to ask Fraud Beck for a loan.
そのまま破産しろ。はい、3ラウンド勝ったわよ。
Dark-eyed man came today. He tapped the bars and said soon we'd be put to work. Fine, I screamed at him. Only if you tell us what's going on. Are my parents safe? He just laughed at me and said something about the void. I wonder what the mumblers would do to his face.
I can feel the void in these brokers. They're full of fight. Oh, by all means, Glass, keep the credits rolling. Fortune is like the seasons. It always changes. Well, for you, that is.
また3ラウンドですか。露骨な時間稼ぎやめてくれませんかね。
All right, my loyal brokers. These fools wish to be parted with their credits. Let's see if we can't give them what they deserve. By the void, ring the bell.
はいはいボイチかボイチか。いくらクエストとはいえ、何度もインデックスをやらされるとか面倒すぎるわ。せめて時間を半分にしてくれませんかね。
What was that? This is highly irregular. The odds of that occurring by accident are astronomical. This was an act of sabotage.
今なんで倒されたんですか？
この感じからして、ネフのやつが不正しやがったわね。ただ、普通に勝利はできたので、ひとまずは問題なさそうね。
Last, in light of their recent performance, we have decided to relist your brokers. You may now compete openly on the Index. You're in the big leagues now, little man. May the void keep you from ruin.
この流れってまだインデックスをやらされるの？
Success. We've been relisted. We can now place the kind of bets we need to attract the greed of Anyo. We need to entice him enough to wager the hostages and the Triuna. However, we must exercise caution. Don't come on too strong, or he will back off. We need to, as they say, hustle him.
面倒だから捉えられている先を探して強襲かけましょうよ。同じクエストで何度インデックスをやればいいのよ。はい、4回目のインデックスね。
Fight hard and win, but not by so much as to make the Mark nervous. If Anyo loses by a wide margin, his gambler's instincts will make him walk away, and we'll have failed the Myconians, failed Niwa. Keep your victory within this margin.
どうやら今回は、10点以上上回った状態で勝利してはいけないみたいね。点差が10以上ある状態で勝利するとミッション失敗になるみたいね。点差の調整自体は楽だけれど、味方 NPC が勝手に得点しないようにお祈りする必要がありそうね。
This is it, Anyo. If we win this one, we're fighting for the return of Niwa in the next round. That, or we will walk away with your credits.
You're in no position to dictate terms. You forget, this is my index.
Ah, did you hear that, Tenno? Mr. Anyo is afraid he'll lose.
露骨に煽るわね。
Mr. Anyo, are you afraid the Void is no longer on your side?
Blasphemy! I am an instrument of the Void's will. From the Void flows fortune to those worthy.
Then prove you are worthy, Anyo. Up your ante, Niwa and the Triuna. I know I said to make it look like they could win, but you're actually letting them win.
The void has spoken to me, Glass. I'll give you the chance you want, but it will cost you dearly. I will wager these pitiful colonists and their totem, but you must put in kind. If I lose, they're yours. But should I win, Glass, your corpus titles, holdings, land, all will be mine. So, what do you say?
I'm in.
はい、点数調整をした上で勝利したわ。味方スペクターはプレイヤーの近くに集まりやすいので、ゴール地点で守っていれば勝手にゴールはしないわね。
Papa said I was born special. Niwa, he said, you're not just our child. You're the Triuna, our protector. I guess no one asks to be the Triuna. It was just my turn. But without me, the Mumblers will take all of our families. They'll be mushed together like smudged ink. Lost forever. I have to get out of here. I have to get home.
トリューナという役割が重要みたいね。
Niwa is the Triuna. That's why Neff's so interested in her. Suddenly, this all makes sense. The Myconians had concealed her abilities to protect her. But why give a child such a burden?
子供がひどい目に遭っているからか、花フックがいつも以上に反応している気がするわ。
My dear Glass, why are you so eager to tempt ruin for a little girl? You'll soon see how the void favors my fortune above yours.
Wealth has no purpose until turned against suffering. I'd wager more if I had it.
エルゴの全財産をかけるなら、天の川の掛け金いらないでしょ。
Your winning streak stops here. The index is mine after all.
そんなことを言っているネフが正々堂々と戦うわけがなく。
What's going on? Anyo, swear on the void that you're not cheating.
My dear Glass, I assure you I have no idea what you're talking about.
Keep fighting, Tenno. I'm investigating the source of these anomalies.
はい、不正をされて、いわゆる負けイベント状態ね。即死するのなら、無敵で突っ込めばいいでしょ。ダメです。ガルーダ4番アビの無敵中に突っ込んでも無理ということは、まあ、無理ね。仕方がないのでおとなしく負けるわよ。
Looks like your crack team of brokers just cracked under pressure. Now I'm in the black, and you're facing financial ruin. A deserving end for your contempt of the corpus way of life. They made you what you are. You deserve bankruptcy.
敗北の表記も違うし、ちゃんとイベント扱いね。まあ、最初にかけたクレジットはちゃんと没収されるんですがね。この後回収できる機会はあるわよ。
Ergo's suspicions are correct. Neff cheated. I have identified the systems responsible for these cheats. I need you to break into Annual Corp's servers and steal the control codes for his traps.
潜入できるなら、子供がさらわれた先の情報も抜き取って居場所を特定した方が早くないですかね。
You are here to steal the control codes to Neph's traps. Only then can he be defeated in the index.
Tenno, I need not remind you there is little margin for error. The fraudster cannot know we have gained the upper hand.
This isn't a code, it's something else. A recording from Niwa. No, continue with your mission while I decrypt this message. This is it. We have the code.
You have executed the plan beautifully. Get ready for your next battle on the index. The outcome promises to be much different.
戻ってきてメールね。
How much longer can I go on for? The passing will come in a few years with no one to take the Triuna from me. I'll just be gone, surrounded by rusting robots, and the Triuna will be lost forever.
あら、というなって実体のあるものなの？
Ergo, what's this passing? What do you know about the Triuna?
Triuna is the Myconian's chosen one. It passes from one to the next in a simple ceremony. A pinprick on the finger is all it is.
Disease.
Yes, likely. The Myconians may be carriers with ancestral resistance to the infestation. Or they are merely keepers of the flame, perpetuating a weaker strain through this ritual.
The infested fear hybrids.
They do, and so the Myconians harvest them without violence. That is their way of life. Eventually, the Triuna succumbs to the burden, and so they must pass it on and on, lighting a new torch before the other fades away.
Fades? You mean dies. We cured her before that happened.
Of what? An extraordinary gift? No Triuna would ever want to lose that. They live in honor, to serve their people, for the greater good.
But they're only children.
マイコーナの民は感染体に対しての抗体を得ていて、という名はそれを受け継ぐ人って感じかしら？で、感染体ということは、テクノサイト関連なので、根底はフレームと同じになるので、天の側の技術ならそれを取り除けるといった感じかしら？まあ、花フック的には子供がそんな目に遭っているのが許せないって感情の方が強そうね。
Niwa is mine, and the sequence's president is in ruin. You have nothing to wager that interests me.
The Myconians do. An old war relic will be our wager. In a way, a product of the void. Something you might have more than passing interest for. Am I right?
Don't kid yourself. What? It's disgusting. It's beautiful. Those colonists would wager this? Don't those idiots realize how much this is worth?
All or nothing. Held in escrow. Are you in, Neff?
Yes. By the void, I'm in.
さあ、これでようやく最終決戦よ。とっとと終わらせるわよ。
I've grown tired of this, brokers. Dish out your humiliation so I may retire to counting my riches.
こちとら2回目のインデックスの時点でもうトップにやっているわ。で、不正への対策をしてきたので、今度はちゃんとゴールできるわ。
Wait, what is this? Play fair, you metal wretches!
おまゆ。
Brokers, how are they winning? By the void, this is my index! This shouldn't be possible!
Don't you recognize the free market in action, Mr. Anya? Allow my brokers to teach you how it's supposed to work.
Brokers, what's going on? Are you trying to get fired?
必死で草。
Blast! What have you done?
I guess the odds aren't in your favor today, Neff.
Well, well, look at that. Even a loser can win a coin toss now and then. Now, let's say we do a rematch. I'll throw in some of your old holdings in Eris.
I think we'll cash in now, Mr. Anyo. Don't want to push our luck too far.
What? No, wait just a moment. I have an exciting wager for you. Ore discoveries in the outer sectors. And to up the ante, a new squadron of Bursas hot off the assembly line. What do you say? Are you in? Hello? Answer me!
よし、やっと終わったわ。
Lotus, you may now return the child to her people.
She could be cured. Why return her? So she lives a shortened life surrounded by monsters?
Surrounded by family. Her people who honor her. Are you really going to impose your own values on these people you don't understand?
She only thinks this is what she wants. What you call tradition, others call indoctrination. If she comes to the relay and is cured, she'll be free to return to her people if that's her choice.
And the Myconians? Without the passing, their way of life will end forever. Their skills, their traditions, wiped out by a powerful outsider.
They have to adapt, yes. We do our best to protect them, as we do for all that suffer. Tell, you've lived through similar obligations. What would you choose for Niwa?
ここで私に話を振るの？正直に言ってどうでもいいので、本人の判断に委ねればいいんじゃないかしら？伝統を維持するかどうかは本人たちが決めることだし、部外者が口出しするような内容じゃないわ。だから、最初の状態に戻すということで、故郷に送り返すわ。
I would never choose to be anything but Myconian. To be their Triuna for as long as I can. Thank you, Tenno, for keeping my family safe when I couldn't.
ということで、目的は無事に達成できたみたいね。それで、このクエストの感想を言わせてもらうと、もう二度とやりたくないわ。ストーリーはさておき、インデックスで無駄に時間稼ぎされるのがただただ虚無で苦痛だったわ。今回インデックスは全て一発でクリアしたけれど、負けると普通にクレジットを失うみたいなので、クレジットに不安のある状態で負けるとさらに面倒ね。ちなみに最終的なクレジットの収支は、ノーミスなら10万の黒字になるみたいね。
収入として多いんですか？
普通に少ないわ。このクエストと同じ時間レイルジャックを周回すれば数倍稼げるわ。まあ、クエスト的にはクレジットはおまけね。といった感じで今回はおしまいで、次回はオクタビアの賛美歌をやるわ。
どんなクエストなんですか？
変わった形でオーディス君と共闘できるクエストね。では、ご視聴ありがとうございました。バイバイ。
また見てね。